Mark Consuelos holds stressed Kelly Ripa's hand as he asks her not to get him anything for Christmas. Kelly Ripa was already 3 lists deep into her holiday panic when her husband, Mark Consuelos, walked into the kitchen and found her standing over a pile of wrapping paper like a general preparing for battle. The whole counter was covered in gift tags, bows, ribbons so shiny they could blind a person, and rolls of paper that kept falling off the edge like they were trying to escape the madness. It was early December, but Kelly was already acting like Christmas had been moved up to tomorrow morning, and she was the only person responsible for saving it. "I swear these ribbons are judging me," Kelly muttered, squinting at a piece of gold cord she had tried to curl. It looked more like a sad noodle. Mark leaned against the fridge with an amused smile. This wasn't his first year witnessing holiday Kelly, the version of his wife who treated Christmas planning like she was competing in a triathlon. She absolutely had to win. "You know you don't have to fight the ribbons," he replied gently. "They don't look dangerous to me." Kelly shot him a glare that said this was no laughing matter. "Everything has to match. The bows can't clash with the paper. The tags can't clash with the bows. The ink has to match the tags. The handwriting has to be elegant but not trying too hard. Do you understand the stakes, Mark?" Mark understood that the stakes were imaginary, but also that they mattered deeply to her. So instead of teasing her further, he walked over, sat down across from her, and tapped her hand. "Stop," he said softly. "Come here." Kelly looked up, distracted, half mentally reorganizing her list and half still traumatized by the ribbon. But she gave him her hand anyway, letting him pull her into the chair beside him. Mark squeezed her fingers, grounding her like he always did when her brain was running too fast. "What's going on?" he asked. Kelly sighed dramatically, an exhale full of wrapping stress, the weight of gift expectations, and the looming fear of forgetting somebody's cousin's spouse. "Everything. I have too many gifts to buy, and if I don't get everything perfect, there will be disappointment. I might cause emotional trauma with the wrong sweater size, Mark. Christmas is pressure, holiday pressure, festive pressure." Mark chuckled. "No one is getting emotionally scarred by a sweater." "You don't know that," she insisted. "Do you remember last year when I accidentally gave my brother-in-law the same cashmere scarf twice?" Mark nodded. "Yes, and he loved it so much he said getting it twice meant it was destiny." "That was sarcasm," Kelly whisper-shouted. Mark squeezed her hand again, gentler. "Okay, so you want everything perfect. I get it. You're thoughtful, but you're putting too much on yourself." Kelly looked at him, eyes big with holiday anxiety, ribbons dangling from her wrist like she forgot they were there. "I just want everyone to feel loved." "You show love every day," Mark replied. "No one needs you to prove it with 20 hours of wrapping and label coordination." Kelly blinked, letting the words sink in. For a moment, her brain stopped making lists. It stopped judging bows. It stopped calculating shipping times to cousins who lived too far away. And then Mark added, "Especially me. Do not get me anything." Kelly whipped around like he had confessed he hated Christmas. "What? No, absolutely not. You're getting something. You're my husband. Of course I'm getting you something. There are rules." Mark laughed. "No rules, not for me. I don't want anything." Kelly looked offended. "Everyone wants something." "No," Mark said, brushing her knuckles with his thumb. "I already have everything I want." That was exactly the kind of sentence that short-circuited Kelly's brain. She stared at him for a second too long, then asked suspiciously, "Is this a trick? Are you setting me up so you can pretend to be humble, and then I surprise you with something meaningful, and then you can pretend to cry?" Mark shook his head, though the smile on his face showed he was very tempted to play along. "I don't need a gift," he said. "I just want you to not stress yourself out over me." Kelly leaned back, genuinely torn. If she didn't get him something, she'd feel like she failed. But if she did get him something, she'd be breaking his request. And what if he truly wanted nothing? What if the best gift she could give him was less stress? And then she felt guilty for feeling stressed about not giving him stress. Christmas was complicated. Mark could see the mental gymnastics happening behind her eyes. so he brought her back to the moment again, giving her hand a slow, steady squeeze. Listen, I don't need a watch or a sweater or whatever those things are with the ribbon noodles. I just want you. I just want a quiet Christmas with us and the kids, and for you to enjoy it instead of surviving it. Kelly softened, not theatrically, genuinely. All the tension in her shoulders seemed to melt. A quiet Christmas, she repeated as though trying the idea on like a new coat. You mean no panic shopping, no wrapping drama, no 3 a.m. gift tag revision? Mark nodded. And definitely no emergency ribbon trips to buy new colors because you don't like the vibe. That was one time, Kelly muttered. That was 5 times, Mark corrected lovingly. They both laughed. It broke the last of her holiday anxiety, like popping a balloon she forgot was filled with glitter. So you're sure, she asked. You want nothing? I want you to breathe, he replied, and maybe hold my hand more. Kelly smiled, leaning her head on his shoulder. The pile of wrapping paper still existed, the ribbons still looked slightly judgmental, and the bows still needed arranging, but suddenly none of it felt urgent. Okay, she whispered. I can give you that. Best gift ever, Mark replied,